Okay, so we're back. Power Rangers Beast Morphers. It's come out. It's in Australia and in France. It's international. Not in America. Holy crap. When's it coming to Britain? That's what I want to know. Oh, God damn it, Pop, get it sorted. So, before we begin this video, if you want to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, as well as that cheeky notification bell to be notified when more videos drop. And without further ado, let's just jump straight into this. If you have not seen this, this is not in America. This video, as normal, will contain spoilers. This is my review. It's slightly different because I watched the episode, can't find it anywhere now. So, okay, let's talk about this. So, this entire episode is how Steel is going to be stolen by Roxy, Scrozzle, Blaze, and Evox to be transformed into basically Evox's new body so he can then rule the morphing grid and, you know, that old thing that we do. This whole thing kind of starts off with Nate and Steel kind of training, going for jogging and stuff like that. And basically the start of a bond, but it doesn't feel like a bond. Not James Bond, but a bond of friendship. Now, one thing that I'm going to pick apart this is, you think that you would try and make a better robot body. You have so many Gigadrones, you have so many robots dotted about, and monsters and stuff. Why not actually go off, find something stronger, and rebuild it without the Rangers knowing? Now, I will say this, because I put this at the end of my review, is that this monster that they bring in is able to receive and kind of listen in on calls as well as radio waves and stuff, so they know exactly where the Rangers are going. Now, the Colonel, General, or whatever, Ben and Betty's dad, thanks to them or something, knows, like, you know, it's good that they have another Ranger on the team, but he wants to shut down Steel, lock him away, and then be like, oh, you know, that's not our problem anymore. It's in a secure building. Now, all the other things as well is, like, much later they do the same thing, is pick up all the pieces of the Cybergate that's been destroyed, and then they say that, you know, they're gonna hold it. But all this kind of really big equipment of, like, turning Steel off, putting him inside a selected building or whatnot, and then leaving it, you know, that's what they're gonna do. But it just doesn't make sense at all, because we've seen in the past that Roxy, Scrozzle, or even Blaze can teleport into these things if they know where it is. So it would make it pointless, and then you'd have Steel completely defenseless. Nitpicking a bit, but to be fair, you know, you kind of think that they would do something different. Keep him on the team, because then it's a lot harder for them to capture him. One thing I mentioned was the kind of bond between Nate and Steel. And I've got to admit, I don't think that this bond is working. Like, you just literally hear Nate always go on about, brother this, brother, he's my brother. This episode, Nate really goes to town on the whole brother, where are you, brother, type thing over and over again. And what's kind of annoying is that you don't see a bond build up. It's literally, you know that Nate wants a brother more than anything. And then all of a sudden now, it's like he's got what he wants, but you don't see that bond happening whatsoever. You think that maybe over time, like maybe another episode, you'd see the bonds of the family kind of build. What I kind of really wanted to see was maybe a montage, you know, to kind of like speed it up. So you have Nate and Steel skipping through a field, or you have them eating ice cream, either Nate or Steel, there's just eating ice cream, or one of them just like goes boom, so they have ice cream on the face, and then they both laugh and like, ha ha ha, oh brother, this was so fun. You know, little things like that would kind of make you laugh, but kind of make you go, yeah, okay, I can see that happening. You know, that would kind of, maybe just Nate showing Steel how to ride a bicycle. I think that would be freaking amazing. I would be very happy with that. Given that I'd love to see anyway. One of the main things with Ben and Betty in this episode is the fact that, you know, at the very beginning you see Nate go like, look at these Zords. These are new Zords with Steel, so they're showing him at the bay of what they've got, which looks really, really cool. It's a really nice scene. But then, like, the Colonel says, like, oh, before you do this, you know, you need to fill in the paperwork for the Zords. And you think, come on, seriously. I'm the only person that can drive this. I am the person that designed these, or something like that, and I'm the one that helps create it. why can't you just turn around and go, these are your new Zords? But apparently it's huge, massive stack of paperwork. So he's like, oh, I'm not gonna do it. So Ben and Betty, they're the ones that kind of jump in and say, we'll do it all for you. They get it all done. And then later on, you've got this like, Ben puts all the paperwork on a shredder, gets shredded, and it's hijinks like, oh no, what's happening? And you can see, and to be honest, I could relate. If that happened to me, I'm like, oh god, it's been shredded. And so that's the build up. But then much later on in the episode, you see that they basically piece together this one page out of like 1 million or whatever, and then the Colonel's like, oh, forget that, just send in the Zords. You're like, it feels like it's busy work, and the fact is that you're getting Ben and Betty to do busy work that has nothing really to do with the episode. I would rather them have stuff. So previously in the other episode, you had them like play with the tracker, and then that led up to what you wanted, and that worked. That was actually part of the story. But this one felt like they're not playing any of the story, and that's what I kind of dipped down in. Now, another thing is Steel and the General. So it feels like there's hostility between them. Like the General doesn't like him, doesn't want anything to do with him, and it could be due to the threat of the fact of what Evox and all the others want with Steel now. So he's kind of looking out for people. But at the very end, when Ben and Betty kind of get captured by Evox, which again, I have to admit, this was a thing that Ben and Betty planned, because when like the Rangers are going after the Cybergate to destroy it, so that they can't infect Steel with it, Ben and Betty like kind of step back, and with this like kind of get captured. So I generally think that this was a generally good idea of theirs. They thought that if Steel kind of steps up, then obviously the dad will like them. But then generally this feels a little bit forced. Not Ben and Betty, but the General really liking Steel. It's like, oh, well, you've saved my kids, thank you. Now we're best friends, so I can see the value of what you have. And that to me was a bit, I kind of don't like that. I'd rather have the General be like, look, I really don't like you. I still think that I should lock you away and throw away the key because I don't want Evox to get you. But I have more respect for you, so I'm going to allow this for now. Which would have flowed better in my eyes rather than something that kind of isn't. So yeah, that kind of, to me, would have flowed a lot better. All the way through this episode, I generally really don't like Steel. I think it's just his attitude towards stuff. But then when he makes that kind of choice to be sacrificed, that I generally like, because he's like, family is family, and he does that. And I think that he redeems himself quite a lot in that one, but not in the best way. But you kind of like him a little bit more. I just don't like this attitude that he has. They recreate the entire Cybergate, that's Roxy, Blaze, and Scrozzle, and they make the thing, and then Evox goes into the body, and then you find out that he can't because he's got human DNA, so he can't properly take over Steel. And that's a nice touch, so I'm guessing maybe that entire plot is now going to be completely dropped. But it did feel kind of more like, you kind of saw it coming because, obviously you can't take down the human spirit, so that's what the DNA is. But it's kind of nice to see them try it and then kind of stop it at the same time. It would be interesting if they're going to keep going much later on, or if they're going to do something different, I think. I don't know. Okay, so I've mentioned that obviously Evox and all that, they want Steel and stuff like that, and the General wants to basically get rid of all the tech, so lock it away and stuff like that. But at the end of the episode, where they destroy the Cybergate again, and they take all the parts and they say, oh, we're locking this up so no one's going to get this again, you kind of think they would destroy it, melt it down, or make sure that it can never be used. Run it through a machine and like that part can never be used in anything. It can only look nice if you put it on your windscreen, or you can make it into something, but it will never do the same sort of thing. I think that would be kind of cool. But this is either a massive big plot device for much later on, where say Dr. K comes through and says, you guys have this is the only thing, you're the only one in the multiverse that has this, I need your help, and thus therefore they make it. Or it's going to lead into a bigger plot where, they'll have all this tech, they'll store it away, and then suddenly, boom, the bad guys will get this, make it into something completely different. Or the Rangers need it to build the Ultra Zord or something completely different that way. I just generally think that they're going to, storing it away is a bad thing, because you kind of think that they didn't learn in previous episodes, and I think this is a main thing, is that the Rangers and the people running Grid Battle Force don't learn from their mistakes. You know, you could easily do the same sort of thing of, if the tech is amazing and they need it, you can either teleport in and grab it, or you can manipulate a Ranger to do what you want, like they did with Ravi when Roxy was just like, hey, I need you to get this because it will help me. And then you're doing emotional blackmail, or blackmail in general. Damn it, there's a lot. But I feel like it's a thing that they're just sweeping under the rug. We've mentioned it. We've gone through this thing. Boom. You know, there's the delivery, and now we're going to use it again. If they do that, I called it here first, but I would like it if they actually destroyed the whole tech and gone, yeah, you know, these are really powerful parts, or just broke them down. Right? Break them down. That would be the thing I would do. Now, coming to the end of this review, I generally really liked it all. I've got to admit, it's an okay episode. It's not strong, but it's okay. But I will mention, like, one thing that did kind of get me is, like, when you see the morph sequence, and when you watch this yourself, look at the morph sequence. So you have all the Rangers bar Steel, and, you know, they're going after Steel, and they go like, it's morphing time, and you just see the people in the background smiling, like going, this day's good. We don't need to do anything else. You kind of think that when the Tronics are coming, that if you have guns or weapons or something like that, you take aim at the Tronics, not just let the Rangers do it. You would just fully go on for the full-on attack and help them. I just feel like they're going, nothing else needs to be done. My line has been done, and my job is fine. I do not need to continue this work. I don't know. I think they could have done something like, or been a bit like, oh God, they're going to come. You know, a bit more emotion, not just standing there smiling. Maybe they were told to do that. I don't know, but it's a bit weird. I did like the fact that you saw the new Zords in action. You didn't see a Megazord fight, which is fine. You know, we've gone in like 6 episodes without a Megazord fight originally. But I did like the fact that they drained the Morph-X from the other bad guys. That could be a thing that they use a lot in the future. That would, to me, was good. But yeah, there's not a lot in this episode. Like, it just felt very obviously focused around Nate and Steel and their family friendship stuff. So I think that it could be done more later. I just think that felt forced. I'd rather have seen a montage or something built up to it, not just the standard default, oh yeah, that's cool. I'm kind of looking forward to the next lot that's coming out. I think that's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be fun to see how they progress, and obviously season 2 sounds like it's going to be amazing. I generally think that Dr. K, when she comes back, she's going to give the Beast Morphers power-ups and stuff. That would be kind of cool, but again, for another video. I think this episode okay, but yeah. So Ranger Nation, I would ask if you've seen it, but if you have seen it, what do you thought? Do you think that I'm right on a few things? Do you think I'm wrong? Just let me know down below in the comments, and yeah, if you haven't seen it, you're looking forward to a treat. These videos are going to keep coming. Yay! So I just hope they change Steel a little bit. I just feel his macho-ness is like, I am the best! You cannot defeat me! Ha! Family is amazing! I think you are great, Gold Ranger! That's my impression. Woo! Yeah, so if you like it, you know, let me down below in the comments and tell me what you think. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there, Ranger Nation. If you've liked this video, like, favorite, comment, and consider subscribing. Check out that cheeky notification bell and ring it because you'll be notified when more videos drop. And as always, Ranger Nation, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a bit.